Okay, so I need to tell you something, and honestly, I don't think most people have any idea what's about to happen. February 13th isn't just another day on the calendar. It's not just another planetary shift. I genuinely believe this is a complete karmic reboot. Like, the entire operating system of your life is about to shut down and restart with a totally new configuration. Here's the thing, Saturn is moving from Pisces into Aries on February 13th, 2026, and if that sounds like just astrology jargon to you, stay with me. Because this is the planet of karma, structure, and reality itself, crossing from the very last sign of the zodiac into the very first. It's like the universe is hitting restart on a 29-year cycle, and I don't say that lightly. The version of you that's been drifting through the past 3 years, the one that's been confused, dissolving, trying to figure out what's real and what's not. That version doesn't fit where you're going anymore. And the wild part is, most people are completely unprepared for this shift. Now, if you've been feeling this strange pull towards something, like an inexplicable restlessness, an electricity under your skin, or this deep knowing that something massive is about to change, I really want you to stay with me on this one. There's a very specific reason that's happening, and I'm going to break down exactly what you need to do about it later in this video. But first, I need to explain why the next few days before February 13th are so crucial, because right now you're in what I'd call the eye of the needle. You're between worlds. The old structures are crumbling, and the new ones haven't formed yet. And if you don't handle this transition correctly, you could end up carrying baggage into a phase of your life that simply won't tolerate it. You're about to step through a portal, and what you bring with you matters more than you realize. Keep watching, because the signs are probably already showing up in your life. You just might not have connected the dots yet. This isn't just another transit, this is a 29-year reset. So here's something I've been studying, and honestly, it completely changed how I see this moment. Saturn takes about 29.5 years to make a complete cycle through all 12 zodiac signs. That means the last time Saturn was in Aries was 1996 to 1999, right? Think about what was happening back then. The internet was exploding, the dot-com boom, everything felt wild and new and completely unstructured. And then what happened? Saturn came in and started putting rules on it. Regulations, structure. The Wild West of the internet got tamed, companies formed, laws were written. Google was founded to organize the chaos. And I really believe we're about to see the exact same pattern play out, but this time with AI, with digital identity, with personal sovereignty. The things that have felt chaotic and unregulated for the past few years. They're about to get very, very structured. Very quickly. But here's what most people miss, and this was a huge aha moment for me. This isn't just happening out there in the world, this is happening inside of you. Your personal structures are getting a complete overhaul. The way you've been operating for the past 3 years while Saturn was in Pisces, that floaty, uncertain, dissolving energy, it's over. Done. Finished. Saturn in Pisces dissolved your boundaries. It made everything feel nebulous and confusing. Maybe you weren't sure what you wanted anymore. Maybe old structures in your life just fell apart. Relationships ended. Jobs changed. Your sense of reality got really fuzzy. And if that's been your experience, you're not imagining it. That was Saturn in Pisces doing exactly what it's supposed to do, breaking down what no longer serves you. But Aries is fire, it's action, it's immediate, it's I want it now. And when Saturn, the planet of discipline, patience and long-term planning, enters Aries, you get this intense friction. It's like trying to build a house while the ground is on fire. It's the architect in the flames. Does that make sense? This combination creates what I call the spiritual warrior archetype. You have to be strong enough to take action, bold enough to start fresh, but disciplined enough to make it last. And honestly, not everyone is ready for that level of intensity. Friday the 13th isn't what you think, it's actually your protection. Okay, so let's talk about the timing, because Saturn enters Aries on Friday, February 13th, and I know what you're thinking, Friday the 13th. Isn't that supposed to be unlucky? Here's the thing most people don't realize, and this completely blew my mind when I learned it. Friday the 13th is actually sacred to the divine feminine. Friday is Venus's day, the day of love, beauty, value. And the number 13, it represents the 13 lunar cycles in a year. It's the number of the goddess, the moon, the feminine rhythm that predates our solar calendar. The whole Friday the 13th is unlucky thing. That's a patriarchal overlay. It's fear of feminine power disguised as superstition. And here's where it gets really interesting. On this specific Friday the 13th, Venus is exalted in Pisces. She's at her absolute highest power, boundless, compassionate, spiritually attuned. So while Saturn is making this harsh, disciplined entrance into Aries, Venus is holding space with unconditional love and grace. I really believe this is the cosmic antidote. The universe is giving us a shield, because if Saturn entered Aries without that Venusian energy, it could be brutal. It could be all aggression, all force, all discipline with no heart. But with Venus exalted on that exact day, the message is clear. Build your new structures with love. Lead with compassion. Be strong, but don't be cruel. This is what I mean by sacred authority. You're being asked to become your own authority figure, yes, but not the cold, harsh, punishing kind. The kind that's firm but fair, strong but loving. That's the energy available to you if you tap into it. And if you've been feeling a strange combination of determination and tenderness lately, like you want to fight for something, but also protect something, that's this energy building. You're already feeling it. The days before February 13th are your decompression chamber. So here's what's happening right now. In these first 12 days of February, the entire cosmos is dominated by Pisces energy. It's like we're in a decompression chamber before we emerge into the fire. On February 10th, Venus enters Pisces, her exaltation. On February 12th, Mercury conjuncts the North Node in Pisces. This is huge. The North Node represents your evolutionary path, your destiny, and Mercury is your mind, your thoughts, your ability to receive information. When these two come together in Pisces, the sign of intuition, dreams, and the subconscious, it's like you're getting a final download before the reboot. A mission briefing for what's coming. And it's not going to come through logic or spreadsheets. It's going to come through synchronicities, through dreams, through that quiet voice inside you that just knows. I've been paying really close attention to my dreams this week, and honestly, they've been intense, vivid, symbolic, like my subconscious is trying to tell me something important before everything shifts. Has that been happening for you? This is your window, February 10th through 12th. This is when you need to listen, really listen, not to the noise of the world, but to the whisper of your soul. Because that whisper is giving you the instructions for what comes next. And honestly, what comes next is where most people completely miss the point. You can't take your victim story into Aries. It won't survive the fire. Okay, this is where I need to be really real with you. Saturn in Pisces brought up a lot of stuff. For the past 3 years, issues around victimhood, escapism, addiction, self-pity, they've been front and center. Maybe you've been dealing with situations where you felt powerless, where you felt like life was happening to you instead of for you. And that's what Pisces does. It dissolves boundaries. It makes you feel everything. It can make you feel like you're drowning. But here's what I want you to understand. That era is over. Done. You cannot carry that energy into Aries. Aries is the warrior. It's the pioneer. It's the sign of I am. There's no room for poor me in Aries. There's no space for passivity or waiting to be rescued. Aries requires you to rescue yourself. So if you've been holding on to a victim narrative, a story about why things haven't worked out, why you're stuck, why it's all someone else's fault, I'm telling you right now with as much love as possible, you have to release it before February 13th. You have to let it burn away, because if you try to drag that dead weight into this new cycle, it's going to anchor you down so hard you won't be able to move. And I'm not saying this to be harsh, I'm saying this because I've seen what happens when people try to carry Pisces baggage into Aries energy. It doesn't work. It creates this excruciating friction where you want to move forward, but you keep getting pulled back. Where you start projects but can't finish them, where you set intentions but sabotage yourself. This is why the decompression chamber of early February is so important. It's your chance to flush out the old story, to close that chapter, to archive it with love and respect, but to seal it off so you can move forward clean. Does that resonate? Here's exactly what you need to do, the 3 non-negotiables. Okay, so remember at the beginning when I said there are specific things you need to do before February 13th. This is it. These are the 3 actions that I believe are absolutely essential for navigating this karmic reboot successfully, and I'm breaking them down for you right now. Thing 1, the karmic flush, February 10-12. This is your closing ritual for the Pisces era, and here's exactly how to do it. During those days when Mercury is conjunct the North Node, February 10th through 12th, I want you to get brutally honest with yourself. Sit down with a journal, no distractions, and ask yourself this question. What is the one victim story I've been telling myself for the past 3 years? Maybe it's I'm not good enough. Maybe it's people always leave me. Maybe it's I never get the opportunities others get. Whatever it is, write it down. Get it all out. Every detail, every justification, every piece of evidence you've been using to keep that story alive. And then, and this is the important part, I want you to burn it. Safely, obviously. But burn it. Watch the paper turn to ash. And as it burns, visualize a wall of black obsidian rising up behind you, sealing off the Pisces era. You're not suppressing the past. You're not pretending it didn't happen. You're archiving it. You're saying, thank you for the lessons, but I don't need to carry this anymore. And then say this out loud. I close the book on the drift. I open the book on the drive. That's your reset. That's your clean slate. Thing 2, the Venusian vow, Friday, February 13th. On the day of the ingress itself, before Saturn officially enters Aries, you need to anchor yourself in self-worth. Because here's the thing. Saturn in Aries can be ruthless. It can push you so hard that you forget to be kind to yourself. It can make you think discipline means punishment, and that's not the path. So here's what I want you to do. On Friday, February 13th, dress in something that makes you feel both powerful and soft, something that honors both the warrior and the lover in you. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and make this vow. I vow to be my own authority. I vow to protect my peace as fiercely as I chase my goals. I vow to build with love, not fear. This activates what I call the Venusian shield. It ensures that the discipline you apply over the next 3 years is an act of self-love, not self-punishment. It keeps you from becoming so hard, so rigid, so intense that you lose touch with your heart. And honestly, I think this might be the most important of the 3, because without this, the other 2 won't matter. You'll just burn yourself out. Thing 3, the structural audit, February 13th to 20. The first week after Saturn enters Aries, you need to get strategic, because here's what happens with Saturn in Aries. You're going to want to do everything. Start 10 projects, chase 5 goals, reinvent yourself in 20 different ways. That's the Aries impulse, but Saturn says no, pick one, go deep, master it. So during that first week, I want you to identify your one great work, the single major goal you're committing to for the next 2.5 years. Just one, not 3, not 5, 1. And then I want you to do the most boring, unsexy thing possible. Write a step-by-step plan. What's the first action? What's the second? What are the unglamorous, tedious, grinding steps you'll need to take to make this real? Saturn in Aries rewards the long game played with short game intensity. It wants you to show up every single day and do the hard, dirty work without complaining. That's how you earn Saturn's respect. That's how you turn this transit into a breakthrough instead of a breakdown. And I really want you to hear this. This isn't about hustling yourself into the ground. It's about focused, sustainable effort applied consistently over time. It's about choosing your battle and winning it decisively instead of fighting on every front and losing them all. What this means for you personally, the zodiac reboot. So I know some of you are probably wondering, okay, but how does this affect me specifically? And I want to give you a quick breakdown based on your rising sign, or your sun sign if you don't know your rising. If you're an Aries rising, Saturn is entering your first house. This is your personal reboot. You're going to feel this more intensely than anyone. The pressure is on you to mature, to step into authority, to embody discipline. This is your grow-up moment, but also your glow-up moment if you do the work. If you're a Cancer rising, Saturn is crossing the top of your chart, your career sector. You're about to be recognized for your work, but you're also going to carry heavy responsibility. The spotlight is on. Leadership is calling. Don't hide. If you're a Libra rising, Saturn is entering your relationship sector. This is the test. Weak partnerships will break. Strong ones will get contracts, commitments, maybe even rings. You're learning what real partnership actually requires. If you're a Capricorn rising, Saturn is entering your home and family sector. You might be buying a house, caring for aging parents, dealing with ancestral trauma. You're literally building your foundation from the ground up. And for Pisces rising, congratulations. Saturn is leaving your sign, the heaviness lifts, but now it's entering your money house. Time to get financially disciplined, time to value yourself appropriately, time to build tangible wealth. I could go through all 12, but you get the idea. This transit is personal. It's not just happening out there, it's happening in a specific area of your life, demanding specific work. The truth nobody wants to say out loud. Okay, I want to end on something important, something I think a lot of spiritual content creators avoid saying because it's not comfortable, but I believe it needs to be said. This transit is going to separate people. It's going to separate those who are willing to do the work from those who aren't. Those who are ready to step into their power from those who want to stay comfortable. Those who can handle discipline from those who crumble under pressure. And I'm not saying that to be elitist or to create fear. I'm saying it because it's true. Saturn doesn't hand out participation trophies. Saturn rewards effort, consistency, mastery. If you show up, Saturn will build you an empire. If you don't, Saturn will show you exactly where you're weak. The next 3 years are going to reveal who you really are, not who you think you are, not who you pretend to be, who you actually are when the pressure is on and nobody's watching. And honestly, I think that's beautiful, because this is your chance to become the person you've always known you could be. The disciplined version, the sovereign version, the version that doesn't need external validation because they've built something real. This is your karmic reboot, your fresh start, your chance to rewrite the operating system of your entire life. The fire has been lit, the architecture of your future is waiting to be built, and you are the architect. Alright, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, it means a lot that you stayed with me through all of this. If this resonated with you and you want more content like this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. And please drop your experiences in the comments. I really want to hear what you've been going through. Have you been feeling this restlessness, this pull toward change? What victim story are you ready to release? What's your one great work going to be? I read every single comment, and honestly, I think we're all in this together. Take care of yourself, do the work, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow.